You're on screen.
Oh, hey, babe. What's up? Playing this hot game right now. I mean, this is going to be just 2 hours of Klungo Saves the World, because it's the best game ever. Alright, we're done with that. What's up, guys?
Oh, I never clicked play next game. I fixed that.
Oh, fuck you! So they didn't see my stupid joke.
No. They saw your joke. It said Colin made the joke.
Well, fuck Colin. This is MadTaz territory now.
I'll back you up.
Exactly.
Tell me whenever you want to start the timer.
Alright, actually I probably should put Smash Brothers on the screen. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on. Everyone calm the fuck down. Okay, I got this. Alright, fucking relax. Okay. So, okay. Ow, ow, ow! Why is the game so loud? Holy shit. Ouch. You want to read something? I said this is my territory now, bitch. Just step off. I just did the snap. Alright. So, hello everyone. My name is MadTaz64. I am going to be running Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. But first, there is a 9-minute unskippable intro. So, to compensate, we are going to also be doing a Smash Brothers run. Because otherwise you'd just be watching nothing. So I hope you enjoy this hot speedrun within the speedrun. Do you want me to do a countdown?
Starting whenever you want.
Alright. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so commentary is probably going to focus more on Smash Brothers for now because, well, all you see is Smash Brothers. So to start out with, this is the link. We're just gonna, he's really easy. You just push him left, and then drill, like the Twitter account, and then it's done. What did you do? You fucked everything up.
You're good, play your game.
Okay, just making sure. Alright, so one of the main things is, like, everyone probably knows this by now, but Kirby's extremely broken in this game, and that's why they nerfed him for every other Smash game in their shitty company. But one of the things Kirby can do is do this up A attack, and if I could actually get near the Yoshis, they're an instant one-hit kill for all of them. And you'll see me using this strategy a lot during the any of the multi-team battles, because it's a really good way to just kill all of them. Oh my god, this guy does not get me near. Here we go. Also, you can use shells to kick some ass. Get over here, you. Whatever, that works. Alright. So that was stage 2. Now we fight Fox. Now the strategy with Fox here is we're gonna run off to the side of the ship and try to grab him. Sometimes it's a little finicky and he doesn't like to be grabbed. You know, none of us like to be grabbed without permission, but this is a fighting game, so he's gonna have to deal with that. And we want to actually do another attack there, because otherwise he'll try to do a wing-ot and then try to get on the stage, but he didn't. Also, do me a favor, let me know when it's close to the 2.5 mark. We just skipped the bonus games. Don't really get anything out of them, and they're just slow. This is one of the hardest parts of the game, the speedrun, because Mario and Luigi just like to not cooperate ever. So what I try to do is do 3 hits there, and luckily Mario cooperated really well. Luigi usually not so much. So we're just gonna try to drill him down, and wow, that ran extremely well. Hooray for me. We're good friends. And for Pikachu, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to suck him up, and he's going to fall. I might actually have to pause very soon. Or I will have to pause very soon. Or not, it worked out really well. So what's going to happen is while Smash Brothers is going through the loading screen right now, I'm going to be running as Banjo. This is one of the few times during the Nuts and Bolts intro that I actually have to do button commands. Because I have to run forward. And I'm really fat, so it's slow. So there's gonna be one other time I have to do that, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Right now I have to worry about Donkey Kong. All I have to do is suck him up, but sometimes he does not like to cooperate, like right there, but... And there we go. So, you might have noticed that I lost a life there, but I didn't lose a life during the other time I sucked up Pikachu. The thing is, for some reason, the only 2 times you actually lose a life upon sucking up character is with Giant Donkey Kong, and for some reason, from what I heard, Fox. I gave Degen a suck. Oh, it was a hot suck. Alright, so this is the second minigame. Or the second multi-team battle. We're just gonna become cannibals and kill our own kind. Well, not cannibals, but whatever. And normally you want them to hit them on the other side. And I'm messing up here. Whatever, backup strats that I just put up. Oh, come on! Get out of here, you. Alright, well that was less than optimal, but it's whatever. Usually what you'd want to do is hit them, do the spinning attack while they're on the left side, or like on the right side while they're on the left side, and ideally they would all spawn on the left side, so it'd be... Alright, here is one of the other hard parts. Unlike most of the other fights, you can't really just attack them and try to attack Samus and get her down fast. Partially because a lot of her, so what I have to do is do this drill attack to whittle her damage down, and hope she does not, like, retaliate and hit me back. And sometimes, like right here, it's still not enough, so I gotta hit her again, and there we go. Alright, so, and nothing bolt screen, I don't have to do anything until, like, there's a timer on the top. You won't actually see it, but when it hits 9 seconds, I have to press Y.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, that's good. And just have to suck up Metal Mario, and he's done. That's one of the shortest and easiest fights in the game. It's probably harder for other characters, but whatever, fuck those other characters. So right now we're just racing to Finland. I gotta worry about that polygon trying to hit me. And then I'm just gonna keep running down. There's nothing much to it. Sometimes, depending on how fast you get there, whatever those balls might get in the way, but otherwise it's not too bad. For here, they're just bumpers. Just jump over them correctly. There we go. Now this motherfucker here might try to hit me. There we go. Yep, he just makes everything harder. Yep, thank you. Okay, there we go. That went well. Not really, but... Alright, so this is the longest battle here. Is the longest battle? I guess it is the longest battle. Fighting Polygon Team. It's just the same as the other two, except it's a little bit harder, because one, there's a lot more than the other two multi-teams, and they have a lot higher chance of, like, doing more damage that'll affect me. But the strategy is more or less the same, give or take. Now you see right there is a star rod. If you throw it at enemies, the multi-team enemies, they usually die in one hit. Come on. There we go. Right. Beamed, dude. Alright, so strat here is I want to drill them fucking beamed, dude. Alright, so strat here is I want to drill them. There's a lot of luck involved with this battle, like right there. But I want to like do a back attack right there. So that usually does the fastest amount of damage. And like first attack you can do is the gun attack. This isn't too bad. I would have probably preferred to use the rock attack there instead. So I could like not get screwed over there, but it's not a big deal. Now here, if I time it right, I can do a rock while he's still going through the air. Alright. And depending on... Oh, there we go. Okay, what was the time on that? I don't think anyone was paying attention to the timer. I was going to say something, but I kind of forgot to. Is anyone gonna... I guess no one else is on call, so they can't give me an instant response. 7:56? Nice, dude. Sub 8. Alright, we have enough time to watch the credits. Hooray! Woo! Yay, this was Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. I don't run it that much anymore, usually during the intros, but it's a fun video game. It's fun to do during the intros because why not? Let's go into the next game. Alright. So, now here we go. We're finally here performing for you. So the intro is about to end in like a second. So once it does, I'm going to press Y. I'm going to drag this box over here, put it on the purple box over here, and then talk to Mumbo. As long as you stop talking, press Y, and skip the tutorial. There's going to be a bunch of tutorial sections, and once you do that, that's the game. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day. Not really. But yeah. In all seriousness, to just like mash a bunch of buttons, get through the game, text. Eventually, I'll actually get to the speed game. Soon. TM. Alright, shut up, Mumbo. I'm gonna flip this trolley over and then get in the trolley. Skip it down to text. Now we're gonna go. Now, there's gonna be a bunch of stuff happening at once. I'll try to explain best as possible what's gonna happen, but I kind of am constrained by time. I wanted to hit that warp right there as soon as possible. I'll explain why in a moment. Well, it doesn't really matter. Well, okay, so it's kind of complex. I'm gonna grab this crate. I'm gonna need. It has a lot of parts that we need. I don't remember all the parts that we need in this game, or what all the parts in the crates give, but there's a lot of them. But to explain like this game, this is Banjo Kazooie nuts and bolts, obviously. So you get with this game, it's very unique because there's a lot of vehicles. Like you know, the whole nature of like building your own vehicles to complete missions in the way you want to. So we get pre-made blueprint. Now, during the game, we're gonna have pre-made blueprints. Also, this is a new strat right here. Let's see if we can get this. So by doing this, hopefully the ball will land in the plinth. You want the balls. The goal is to bring the globes into the plinths, and of course, nope, it's screwed up. I don't know why. I was told that that was supposed to be consistent. Psycho said it was consistent, but so far I've not been able to get it consistently. Anyways, so with the nature of this game, there are a bunch of missions you have to complete. Oh my god, it's a fucking ball. There you go. So, in order to complete the missions, you build vehicles to do those missions. Now, one of the things is we have pre-made vehicles, which means, like, they basically, like, when you delete a save file, it deletes all the data. But for some reason, it does not delete the data for the blueprints themselves. You just have to get the parts. So basically, what that means is we can very easily just get all the parts. As long as we get all the parts we need, we can use any vehicle we want, and that saves a lot of time up on building and like trying to just sit there and build the vehicles, which would make the run kind of dumb. So right here, I'm trying to watch. I'm kind of worried because oh, there he is. Alright, so a lot of the stuff I was trying to do very fast, because we're going to talk to this guy, Mr. Fit here, and what he's going to do is going to give me a code for a very important item, 1289. Remember that number, remember the name. But basically that number gives you another crate that we're going to get in a little bit. Earlier I talked to that pig guy, and the reason why I talked to that pig guy is because of this Jinjo right here. There's another Jinjo I'm going to get later also, but by talking to the pig guy, he lets it so I can actually collect the Jinjos, because basically the story is the Jinjos there's like a bunch of prisons and there's a bunch of homes, right? So the Jinjos the pig guy is the cop, and he mistaken the Jinjos for the Minjos, which are the bad guys. So he put all the Jinjos in jails because he can't see color for whatever reason. He's an idiot. So basically your job is to bring the Jinjos back to their homes and then bring the Minjos back to the jails where they belong. During this run, we are only going to actually bring 2 Jinjos back to their homes because they give you a lot of notes as a reward. And then the Minjos don't really give that much of a reward either, but you know, we don't need that many notes, but we do need those notes. So after I hit that warp there, and then I warp back, and we're gonna come back to the theaters for later, but for now we're just gonna go to the first act. And this is just a tutorial mission, basically. It's just showing us the ropes of how the mission's gonna go, so we don't really have a custom vehicle for that. We can grab that small engine back because it makes it go slightly faster. We're gonna drive over this bridge. We're gonna crash into this wall right here, and then we are going to talk to Mumbo because apparently Mumbo is on fire, but he's not really. He's just really terrible at cooking. He's not a good cooking mama, that's for sure. This screen right here, I can't skip the text that's gonna pop up, but this is the only time. It's only doing this because it's the first time. After this, I can skip all the text for the trophy, or getting the jiggies and the trophies. I should explain a little bit of what the trophies in this game are. Every time you beat a mission, you get a jiggy, and if you beat it really well, you get a trophy. And if you get 4 trophies, you can get a jiggy from Trophy Thomas, which we will collect in spurts. But basically, you need 75 jiggies to beat the game, so getting all the trophies is, of course, pretty important for the run. Of all the missions we do, we only are able to skip 1 trophy. And there's 1 trophy that we will skip late in the game that is pretty slow on its own, so I gotta go collect this portrait. Great. Alright, so we're gonna collect this jiggy now. We're gonna cash it in. Now, would be cool if we could we're gonna get another jiggy late in a bit, but, so basically, okay, hold on. We're gonna get another jiggy late in a bit, but, so basically, okay, hold on. So right here, we're gonna hover to go back up to the Logs Tower. We're gonna hover up to the top. Now, I'm gonna be a little bit silent because this is kind of serious, and it's pretty tricky to do, but basically, this is one of the game's most well-known glitches. It's a trolley hover by... Oh my fucking god, are you serious? Oh man. It's fine. We're fine, guys. We're fine. We got this. Right, we got this. Give me this box, put it in the tray. So basically, by trying to grab the trolley while there's crates up between you and the trolley, the game does you're under it. Like, it tries to lift it up because you're grabbing it, but since you're under it, it just hovers. It's pretty hot. Yeah, it was a pretty epic mistake there. Yeah, this is pretty much the scariest hover in the game. Because you gotta hover all the way to the top of this tower. And I'm gonna screw it up again, and the box is gonna go flying. Okay, cool. That's great. That's fine, because I just want to cry right now, because that's the worst possible spot it could be. But I'll go grab it later. Okay. You know, it just didn't go so badly in practice. Jeez, fucking course this screws up right now. I'll go grab that crate in a second, but I just need to make sure I can get to the top right now. And it's gonna screw me over. It's gonna be the best. I'm ready to fucking move on right now. I can't believe this is happening on this right now. Like, why is this happening to me? Okay, we're gonna try to set up in the right position. Like, oh my god. Okay. Shut up. I can't believe this is happening. Okay, we're gonna have to go grab the crates now. This is unbelievable. This has never screwed up as much as it has in this recent. Where's the box? Where's the crate right now? I'm not in the mood for this shit. Great. I don't know where the crate is. Whatever, we have another crate. You're dying. I'm fucking dying. I'm ready to lose my shit right now. And the only reason that's stopping me right now is the fact that I'm doing a marathon run. I don't know where the other crate is though. So that's pretty great as well. And yeah. So anyways, what I was trying to say before this game is rudely interrupted me. Don't tell me the crate's all the way over there. No, that's just a fat ass. I don't know where that other crate went, and that was pretty important. It's a pretty important crate, so what I'm gonna have to do is I probably will have to exit and re-enter the game later once I finally get up to the top. I just reset and redo the whole run. Let me go do that right now, just for you guys. Oh, there's the crate. I found it, finally. It just won't let me... This is unbelievable. I see it's underwater. Thank you. Why? This is unreal. It's never been this bad for me. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna scream right now. Like, I'm really ready to just... Where's the stupid crate? Like, I don't see it anywhere. Oh my god, I know where it is. It's grabbing me both nuts and bolts. Ha ha ha. LOL XD, so random. Why does the crate not show up when I need it to? I don't know where it is. The second crate at all. I can't believe this. I can't see the crate! And it's probably right near me, but it won't show the fuck up! It's unbelievable, and I'm like ready to just scream right now. Why did that not show up? Alright. So this is probably the biggest embarrassment of the run so far, and I'm glad to provide you guys with this entertainment. So now that we got the crates back, we're going to actually try to hover up, and hopefully it'll actually let me do it this time. Because I'm ready to cry. Don't you dare. No! Oh my god, why? It won't. This game's just not letting me go up right now. So this is one of the things about this game. It just has RNG physics. It's almost never happened this badly, though. Like, this is the worst. I've been running this game for 3 years. 4 years. And aside from when I was first running this game, like, within the past year or whatever, like, a couple of years I've been running this has never happened. At any marathon. So you guys get the Degen Dash special. Hooray, we're finally up here. It only took like fucking 10 minutes. I hate you all. I hate this game right now. I'm so mad. But whatever. We got the stupid crates. We wanted to get that Jiggy. The reason we were going to get up there is to get that Jiggy, because otherwise you'd have to crawl all the way to the top, like with platforming shit. And you get those stupid... Those are tampered switch Jiggies, which let you just collect a Jiggy instantly. And they're scattered along the fucking overworld. We're throwing this down here. We're gonna collect this later. I'm glad you guys think this is the best run so far, because I'm embarrassed for my life. But whatever. We're fine. So next thing, we're gonna do another trolley hover, because we really love doing trolley hovers over here at twitch.tv/DegenTash.MadTaz64. We're gonna get this stupid code. So this is the reason we talked to fucking fit in the first place. What was it, 1289? Hooray! So, yeah, so we get this crate and it has a suck and blow, because we're going to suck and blow your mom in high gear. I mean, we're going to use it for another mission. It's very important, very useful for making a mission really fast later in the game. We're going the wrong way, because I always forget this route change. So what we're going to do, we're going to go this way, and we're going to hover up this stupid mountain thing right here. Although, I guess it no, I wouldn't. Never mind. Forget I said anything. And now that we're up this cliff, we're going to do another hover. This hover, luckily, so the thing is with 3 boxes, the hover's a lot slower, but they're a lot more stable. And watch what I said. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. Alright, so we're gonna grab these notes. we're gonna need a lot of notes. So the reason we're doing some note collecting is we're gonna try to buy like a lot of we're gonna buy this shit some shit later. I'll explain when we get there. We're gonna buy a bunch of jiggies later, but we want to collect a bunch of notes as much as we get. By the time we leave Nutty Acres 2, which will be in like 10 minutes or so, or whatever, I don't fucking remember. We will want to eat shit. We will want to have 375 jiggies. I don't know why I exited this vehicle. So we're gonna crash into these fences. We're gonna grab these notes. And then we're going to talk to get this Jinjo. So, like I was saying earlier, the Jinjos give you a lot of notes. Now, the green one I collected earlier didn't give that many notes, but what it did give, lacking notes, it was like right next to the Jinjo house, so it made it really convenient to get, and it's just enough. Move out of the way. The NPCs love to get in your way. Sometimes you just crash into them. So we're warping back to Uptown. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring this Jinjo back to his home. And then we're gonna hover up to this top of this house, or this apartment complex over here, where the rich bitches live. So, and then we're gonna jump up here, and there's another tamper switch, so you guys know how much I love them. So all I have to do is make sure that I don't fall down from here, because that would be a huge time loss. But knowing my luck, it might just happen anyways. So each tamper switch gives a jiggy, and then we're going to climb up here, we're going to grab these 2 notes, and then we're going to fall back down to our vehicle, which hopefully is in a good position. And it seems to be in a pretty good position. Grab that. What are you doing? Whatever. He's just going to take the note. Sometimes the note have physical properties, because why not? Okay, so now we're going to hover into here. And so that, like, you may think that going to Uptown now might be awkward and not beneficial, because, like, there's no levels here. Don't go back here until much later in the game. But the thing is, so this area not only has little boxes that are really like have a lot of ever known to mankind. You thought that hover earlier was a huge run. This act has one of the hardest missions killer. Well, this could like cost hours of time if you mess it up. It could break my console. Like this run might not even finish because it's such a difficult run. Like hell, it's so bad that not only computer will blue screen, but this entire marathon could just go into up in flames right now. Like, so you guys better hope that I get this right. All you do is grab the egg and grab it out of his Grunny's stupid grasp. Alright, so now that Abomination's gone with. Is this Memathon? Yes. Memathon dash. We're all gonna die. Alright, so shut up. So it does, like, after you beat Grunny in each level, she does give you some sort of attachment. I don't remember what she gave me there, honestly. Oh no, it was like bumpers, I think. No, it was I don't fucking remember, honestly. Oh, it was like it was like high grip wheels, I think. Yeah, that's what it was. Alright, so yeah, so this is the first mission that you actually use a custom vehicles, even though we're not going to use one right now. Because there's these things called Logs Challenge Choice Vehicles. So in Logs Choice missions, you're forced to use a vehicle that they provide you, and usually they're really shitty. So right here, the goal here is to bring this missile over to Bottles, because apparently it's going to explode, and we're all going to die. And Memathon will go up in flames, just like the last mission. But this mission's not too bad. There's going to be some later on the road that are really awful with Logs Choice missions. But this one, we at least have a stroke life, so we can just have a dance party. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And for some reason, those guys like to shoot at you. We have a theory that it might save a little time if they just push you forward. But I don't know. I don't really care enough to check. Now we're done with that mission. We're going to back up, and we're going to fly over to this motherfucker over here. This is Trophy Thomas. He's probably the most famous, well-known, well-liked character in the Banjo-Kazooie franchise. I remember when I first saw him in the N64 game. Okay, so right here, so this is why we did a lot of crate collecting earlier. A lot of these early missions, because now we have like the best shit. Like you see how we have jets and stuff. That's because of all the crate collecting we got with the hovers and shit. And this basically makes most of the missions go by super fast, but especially like the shorter, like the earlier ones. Like this mission, it can be done in 30 seconds. Whereas you can see his shitty ass vehicle over there with like an engine. That's probably gonna take him like 2 minutes just to cross like the first finish line. The only issue is that you do have to slow down a little sometimes because like there's a lot of shit flying at you. Alright. Also, one extremely fun feature of this game is it's basically it has a lot of Superman 64 inspiration, because the creators of this game just really liked Superman 64, and who can blame them? It's such a great game. Like, I remember I've watched so much, like, I watched Headstrong, the SM64 world champion, get 139, or I saw that he got that, and I was so proud of him. Because that's something like runners have been trying to get for years. You know, the 139 SM64, and then Headstrong out of all people. You thought Cheese was gonna get it, you think fucking Puncation or Siglimic or Simply were gonna get it? Nah. My boy Headstrong was gonna get that shit. Anyways, so the mission here is we're trying to throw the rocks in the water because they're gonna burn the place down. There isn't actually an item called the Freezeezy that we could use to make these missions go fast. Collect the jiggies there, and I will collect them eventually, but just not right now. So the reason like I was saying earlier, I was trying to collect a bunch of notes. Cool, my audio's gone, so nothing I'm saying is being heard. Fucking, this is what we get for not using Smashcast. Alright, so the Jolly can be in one of 4 spots, and we got pretty good luck here. And basically, we want to talk to Jolly because, like, we want to buy all of his jiggies. And by buying all, like, his jiggies cost 375 notes, and it's just 5 instant jiggies right here. So it's definitely worth getting as soon as possible. So now we're gonna go into the water because there's another tamper switch we're gonna get. Under the sea, under the sea, darling, it's better. Downwards, wetter. Take it from me. Or else I can collect these notes because they're probably necessary. I can't actually see how many notes there are, so chances are it's probably not worth getting every single note there, but I've yet to actually try to check which notes contain what. So for those who don't know, actually, you might notice the notes are all different colors. Each note has a different value. Like the silver notes are 5 notes, the bronze notes are 1 note, and then the gold notes are 10 notes. And usually when you see notes, they're in clusters of like a few like 1 gold note or 2 gold notes at most, and then like 2 silver notes, and then like a bunch of bronze notes. So usually it's more of a priority to get the bronze and silver notes than the bronze or the gold and silver notes than the bronze notes, but shut up. So yeah, there's 2 camera switches here, and we're gonna just warp out using the Y warp, and then we should be right near. We're gonna just go right here, and we're gonna be right near the plinth here. It's gonna give us our jiggies. Now, fun thing about this particular plinth right here, and by fun I mean it makes me want to cry on the inside, is that sometimes for some reason, hell, this happens with the other plinths too. For some reason, this game likes to just drop the jiggies under the, like, when it spawns the jiggies, sometimes the jiggies will just spawn under the ship, or the car itself. Why? I don't know, but it just did that right there too. So that's fun when that happens. I should probably look into why that happens, but it's pretty obnoxious, as you can tell, because then I have to grab every jiggy and just fucking shove it onto the top of this stupid tray. So, anyways, we just got caught in the wall, or in between the sticks. Shut up, Jingling. I'll be banned from the palace. Oh shit, he's real. We're not fucking around. Alright, so we're gonna cast these jiggies in. Oh, so you might have noticed, I actually probably should have mentioned this more, or like made this a little clearer, but unlike in the other games, when you you know, in the games where you collect a jiggy, if you just touch a jiggy, you collect it. Well, in this game, they had the idea that instead of doing that, giving jiggy for being the mission, let's just have you drag the jiggies over to the main plinth from the little side plinths. By the way, this is another laser fence grab. I forget what this has, but it was in the route, so it's obviously useful. And then we're gonna jump onto here, and we're gonna interact 4. So, yeah, so, like, you're gonna see, this is a fun thing that happens, like, you'll notice, like, where we're gonna have to bring all the jiggies over to the plinth, or over to the center plinth, and, like, later in the game, you'll see that there's gonna be a bunch of cops chasing me, so that's gonna make things hard, because a lot of jiggies will just spill out of nowhere, and it'll be a lot of fun. And you'll probably get a good laugh. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but hopefully it does. So this asshole right here is the reason we need the second blow. So basically this mission, you're supposed to just watch Fit run all the way around the damn park. Because he's doing his exercise, but why wait for him to go all the way over there when we can just bring him there ourselves? So as long as Fit's in this spawn, or like at the end spawn here, it's the end loading zone, we're good. So that just saves like 2-3 minutes over that mission. Alright, so now we're done with him. We're gonna do another race, but instead of racing Trumpy Thomas this time, we're gonna race Runny's little cat. I think it's like Piddles. Yeah, it was Piddles. I don't fucking know. So, yeah. But this is just a gigantic blowout, too, as long as I don't crash into anything. The only thing I do have to watch that for is that sometimes, depending on where I am, like how high I am at the very beginning, she does have freezes, which can freeze me and make me stop for a few minutes. But other than that, it's not too bad. We're gonna drive over here. We're probably supposed to go around the farm, but fuck that. Just fly over it. Whoops. I was gonna say the one thing I do want to do is when I get to this part, I do want to let go of my wings, just because it's a lot easier to navigate this section without wings, and it's faster because I don't have to try to slow down and all that. Sometimes when you try to, like, you'll notice that I'm, like, been using the spring button to jump up and then immediately drive, like, after I get the wings. That, is a small strat that saves time because I'm not trying to do a startup, like, I'm not doing, or I don't think I'm doing any, like, startup, like, I don't have to wait for the speed to build up as fat, or the speed builds up faster. Jesus. One day I'll be able to use words correctly, but not today. Because right now we're going to do another Lock's Choice mission. So, basically this mission, you're supposed to get a bunch of nuts from the farm and bring it over to the sucker, but the way I see it is, why bring the nuts to the sucker when I can bring the sucker to the nuts? Am I right? Believe it or not, this actually works, even though there's nothing that's attaching it to their actual farm itself. You just need to suck up 14 of those little shits. The hardest part is like making sure the sucker stays on the vehicle, and sometimes it just for no reason likes to stay off the vehicle, and it's annoying. But I managed to find a way, if you like park in the right position, that it will just stay on the vehicle no matter what. It usually works. Sometimes it's also just faster to just take it off the vehicle, and then just drag it yourself. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to run all the way over here. There we go. Would you recommend playing this mean, or is it that bad? It's actually not a bad game. It's a pretty fun game. It has annoying physics, but it's pretty unique in its own way, and I don't think it's a meme. Like, I actually legit think this is a good game. No matter what fucking nuthuggers of JonTron's nuthuggers want to say, or any nostalgia horrors want to say, this is actually a pretty decent game. It's not as good as the original two, or, you know, the original games. And it's obviously quite different. It's a spin-off, but it's still fun in its own way. Anyway, so this is one of the slowest missions in the game. It's basically teaching us how to fly, because we really don't know how to fly. I've never been able to... as you can saw earlier, I was never able to fly at all. So luckily, this game is helping us out here, giving us a hand, teaching us the ropes of how to fly. So it's going to teach us how to fly up, and then it's also going to show us how to play Superman 64. You go right the first one, and then the left the rest. Definitely goes now into my buy list. There was actually on sale a few weeks ago, and you missed it, but it's still pretty cheap. Okay, so right after that, we're gonna go do a loop-de-loop. Now, this is an issue with my controller, probably, but for some reason, if I try to hold down all the way, it just, like, it'll just stop midair and won't do a loop-de-loop. And that's probably an issue with my controller, but I'm not just trying to spend another 60 bucks for another wired controller. So, I'll just deal with it. So we're gonna try to, he wants us to do a landing, so we're gonna land right here, and the reason is because those boxes right there. And if I actually crash in the right place, they'll just break instantly. I didn't do it that time, but it's not a big deal. So now he gives us guns to shoot things with, and we're gonna just shoot these targets. And then that's the mission, really. One annoying thing about the mission is that for some reason, a lot of times the eggs will like just want to hit that sign that I just passed, instead of actually just hitting the fucking spring or the targets around it. I don't know why. So anyways, that's the mission. When we exit this mission, we're gonna have the crate that we got the laser fighting scrap from. So yeah. If you had an Xbone though, I would recommend just getting Rare Replay, because you can just get this game on the Rare Replay, but you know, if you just have a 360, then you can just get it online. You can buy it for like 20 bucks, I think. Anyways, so now we did that, we're gonna come over here, grab this crate. That I think it has egg guns we're gonna use in the later mission. And we're gonna drive up this hill, and we're gonna get our first set of Trophy Thomas Jiggies. Now we're gonna come here a bunch, because like we're not just gonna get all of them at once. Usually we were gonna get a lot more, but since this is the beginning of the game, we're gonna need every Jiggy we can get for extra stuff. So it's best to just get that now. Oh, I was also supposed to drop this in here. Whatever. Ideally, I would actually drop the crates in there first and then drop the Jiggies in, because then I'll just land right here, and then I can just back up. Oh my god, that was not a good position. Oh. Alright. And for some reason, Mumbo, or this pig guy, likes to stop me here. I don't know why this happened, but this happens a lot, where he'll just stop you from moving. And I don't really know how to prevent that from happening, other than having to change the route. But I just sometimes just deal with it. So luckily the ball is right here. I'm gonna grab this. We're gonna put it on the plinth, and we're gonna enter Logbox Act 1, which is honestly the worst. We're also gonna grab this note under the chair, which is honestly in the entire series the worst designed level, and you'll see why. It's just way too cluttered. You might hear me mashing right now. The reason I'm actually mashing is because when you first enter a world, they do play like a cool little cutscene. But obviously, since it's a speed run, we're not trying to watch all the cutscenes, you know. So we just try to skip through it. Alright, so this first mission, I'm just driving up. His antenna isn't working. So we have to use this vehicle. Or use a sticky ball. So earlier you saw me getting a crate on top of a, like, shelf over in Logbot, or Theater District. It was so long ago, you probably already forgot, because I already forgot. But basically, this is the reason why. You just want to drive that all the way up, and once it goes up a certain distance, that's mission over. And there's one more mission that we want to do. That's not what I wanted to do. And right here, this is an escort mission. So this idiot's trying to close shop, but his other workers are still working too hard. So we have to go grab those vehicles and get them the hell out of here. I'm gonna use this vehicle to get Mumbo and Mumbo and Wumba and bring them back to their boss. This vehicle actually has like wings attached, but you don't really need them, and they're like half a second slower, so usually I just avoid trying to use it as much as possible. And I just drop them in there. You probably would have wanted to drive straight into that crate thing, but it's not a big deal either way. Or into the loading zone, the blue area. Ugh. Alright, so this next mission we're going to do is another... There's a cutscene showing us where to get the jiggies. This next mission is another boss mission. But it's also... It's like most of these boss missions... We're doing like, I think, 4? 3. I think we do 3 boss missions. And they're all extremely fast. Well, aside from obviously the final boss, but... You know, I meant like, aside from the final boss. Just shut up. I might have messed up, like, sometimes depending on what you're facing when you call a vehicle, it does mess up the spawn. So, anyways, we're gonna talk to Monk running over here. For some reason, it's facing the other direction. And then we're gonna play some NASCAR. So, all you have to do is get into the water and then drive right. And then you beat the game. Like, I'm not even shitting you, that's the mission. Watch. I notice how I'm not pressing any buttons and push. I'm changing the camera just because of the hell of it, but like, I don't know what they were thinking when they designed this thing. It's pretty funny though, how well this works. So yeah, NASCAR is pretty fun. And she gives us floaters so we can drive in the water without sinking. Which we'll be using to get to Banjo Land later. Which is everyone's favorite nostalgia horror level. But for now, we're going to do another mission. We're going to go back into back into Logbox. We got Act 4. So coming up, actually, is the best vehicle. You do not adjust your set, because you will miss what is probably the best vehicle in this entire game. And you will regret it for the rest of your life if you do not see it. But I want to introduce you to my friend Heavy as soon as I can get up here. And this is why the Logbox is the worst of acts. Because of shit like that. It just happens. And it's a pain in the ass to get out of this situation. Whatever, good enough. Oh yes, the best vehicle. Objectively, the best vehicle. I want you to introduce you to my friend Heavy. Bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. So this mission, we're just weighing down switches, and we have this nail here that's gonna make sure those switches are good and hammered down. And we also have this water gun thing, so we can moisten the switches down a little, make sure that they are good and tight, or good and loose. So we could just hammer away as much as possible. It's pretty hot. I don't think that actually hit. No, it did. Okay, cool. So the annoying thing about these guys is sometimes they pull a wing away. I don't think they actually did that time. It hasn't happened in a long while, to be honest, but it can happen. So then we just spread our wings and learn how to fly, and we go to the right end here. Yeah, it's a pretty nice vehicle. I mean, it's the best vehicle ever made. Nice and loose those switches are, thanks to my water gun. Alright, so, now that we're doing that, we're gonna fly up high here. We're gonna talk to Wumba. She's the real girl gamer here. None of you other fakes can even compare to her. So we're basically just gonna do more flying the rings, but this is the nature of the stage. Because of the nature of the stage, there's so much shit around. You basically, if I picked a decent vehicle, like that actually went a good distance, I would crash into everything. So I basically have to make a slower vehicle just so I can navigate this dump. Because there's just so much that you can crash into. And it would be either you're like tasked and you could just fucking do it not a problem, it'd be incredibly risky, or you'd be slowing down a bunch and it wouldn't even be worth it. Like even now I'm like slowing down because I don't want to miss any of this. Like if you miss a ring, it's just annoying because you gotta like turn around and like the annoying thing is when you try to turn around to hit a ring, half the time it doesn't even fucking hit the ring. Like you have to like turn around like 3 times or just stop and then readjust yourself, and you don't want that. Or I don't want that. I don't know what you people want with your lives, but I certainly don't want to deal with that shit. There we go. Under a minute too. Call our vehicle back. And then we're gonna blow up some shit over here. With our friend Jolly Rod Jerkoff. Get over here, you. There we go. Stop spinning around. Alright, so basically, where is it? Alright, so I hope you guys are enjoying this mission. It should be working out. Everything should be looking fine. We just have to blow up these rocks here. That are hitting these chips, because otherwise, beam! Dude, we're just getting fucking beamed. This is why we're getting beamed so hard. It's because these stupid enemies keep blowing up all the chips in the data frame, or in the beam server. So if you were wondering why there's been so many audio glitches lately, well, here's your fucking answer to these jackasses. So we're gonna try to blow up, like, we just have to blow up 10 of them, and hopefully that'll be good enough so not too many people will notice how hard we're getting beamed. We have both lasers and egg guns. The lasers are good for quick shooting, but the egg guns help for like making sure the enemy is stunned. And sometimes the enemies will just like drive on this chip thing over here, and if that happens, it's really annoying because then you have to go out and drive them. What's funny is it seemed to be fixed. See, dude, I told you, we solved the issue thanks to it was those enemies that were causing all the beams. Alright, so here we're just bringing a ball into the water to make it all wet. Had to save the marathon. Hero MadTaz saves the world. Alright, so we need to make our ball nice and juicy and wet to get some good juice out of it. We just drag it over here, drop it in here, and then we wait for like 10 seconds. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to collect these notes. Gold here, and then there's some silvers or bronzes here. And we're gonna do one more mission. So we did. Oops, shit! The cops are after me. I don't know if you hear that alarm, but shit. I think they didn't want me to screw. They didn't want me to fix that without a license. Anyways, so. Right here, we're just going to cool down the engines of the beam server, because that's another reason why we've been fucking up some rounds. You see these red things. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray this. Now, we're going to go here to recharge our juices, and as long as I ration out the juices properly, I should have enough to shoot the rest of them, no problem, without having to recharge. So let's hope that happens, because if it doesn't happen, that's like a 20-second time loss. Sometimes I have to spray 3 times. Nope, we're fine that time. Hopefully I can just do them in 2 sprays each time, because otherwise there could be a risk of me not having enough for the last one. But as long as we're we're gonna find. Hell, that one worked at one spray, but that might have been too hard of a spray. That's what she said. Now here we can just go ham, just spray away. Because we don't need any of this juice. We can take our juices, baby. There we go. Alright, mission's completed. Everyone go home. Beam is fixed. Hooray. We're not getting beamed anymore today, that's for sure. Once I say that, we get beamed. Anyways, so now we're gonna go to collect some jiggies. Now, this is gonna be... usually we have this is one of the biggest stacks we're gonna have. The more you have jiggies you have on your tray, the more likely, easier it is for you to crash, and especially when these policemen are coming at you hard, it's very easy to crash and lose all your jiggies. Luckily, he crashed into me, but he didn't do shit, so I'm very thankful for. We're gonna cash these in, and then we're gonna go to our favorite level. Whoops, crash again, one more time just for the hell of it. So we're gonna bring this globe over to Banjo Land area, or over to a Plymouth near Trophy Thomas's house, and then we're gonna enter Banjo Land, which is everyone's favorite level because it makes them relive their childhood. Everyone wishes, it's a place for everyone to vent how much they wish they could just have gotten a Banjo 3. You just hear that nonstop. It's not cancerous at all. It doesn't make me want to rip my ears off. So yeah. If we drive over to this in the right way, it's not working with me right now, but we can just drop the plinth in without actually having to exit and drop it in manually. It didn't want to work for me today, but usually sometimes it works pretty fine. And we're gonna enter Act 1 over here. I'm gonna mash Y because I need to skip text. Or to skip a cutscene. Didn't skip it fast enough. Oh no. It's like 5 seconds lost. The optimization. It's in the trash. My life's over. Alright, so this mission here. This first mission we're gonna go to. Whoa, what the fuck happened to the vehicle? Why is it so slow? Alright. I don't know, it's just something weird happened. It didn't spring this fast as I thought it would. Anyways, enough whining. So this first mission here. We're basically just playing camping. We're supposed to be protecting the, we're supposed to be protecting Clanker's eyes from being shot. And because a bunch of enemies are going to come and try to shoot his eyes, but if we get over to the spot fast enough, we can instantly just blow up all the enemies. There is this first row here. With this vehicle, we can usually get it in pretty well. Depending on whether we get in fast enough or not, it saves like a good 5-10 seconds, or a good 5 seconds if we can get it fast enough. Sometimes it doesn't like to work well, but we seem to have gotten it pretty well this time. And we just want to make sure we're in the right position for the rest of the enemies. Oh, no, we didn't. We must have missed one. Oh well. It's fine. It's only 5 seconds, or 3 seconds or so. Alright, anyways. So this is one of the most annoying missions here. This is another one of those Locke's Choice missions. So, Mildred and George from Banjo Tooie fame, remember when we killed them? We put one in lava and then we fucking just blew up the other one? Well, somehow they got better. So, but what we have to do is bring George back to Mildred because he slipped. And for instead of being able to make our own custom vehicle to drag him over easily, we have to use this garbage-ass piece of shit here, which likes to break easily. And it's also very hard to just get it up to fucking get Mildred or George up the hill. So what we have to do is we have to position ourselves correctly, so we're going to go around, because this way I can just grab him and it won't have to turn too much in order to drag him up. There is this one area right here where we can get stuck at. And also, there's a big risk, like right now, he's not cooperating. There's a chance sometimes, if you don't know what you're doing, that he'll just, slip out of your hands, and then you'll have to just restart the mission, basically. It's annoying as fuck. But we managed to do pretty well that time. So we're gonna get back into our vehicle, and we got one more race mission. This act. There's another racing act, woo! So I forget the exact reason why. I think it's because of the similar reason because of one of the earlier missions, but because there's a bunch of clutter, for this mission, instead of using the room like we've been using, we're going to use a slightly slower vehicle. Because believe it or not, this is the best way to beat this mission. It's probably because all the rings are so low to the ground. and there's like a lot of clutter anyway, so I'd have to be slowing down a lot more than really necessary. Excuse me. Gassy. Alright, we're gonna crash by these 2E transformations. Now, the reason I have a propeller on top of my vehicle, and you might notice, we might be wondering why. Well, the propeller allows you to, it basically keeps it, for some reason, by having a propeller up top of your vehicle, it makes you a lot less likely to crash, or like spin out when you crash. So it's really helpful for that sort of thing. The only problem is that the vehicle itself it's not easy for it to crash. Like, the vehicle, like, if you have, like, get stuck in a wall, you do have to turn off the propeller temporarily to back up, but otherwise it's not too bad, because, like, you can't really back up with the propeller on, so that's, luckily there are folding propellers, so you can just turn it on and off at will like that. It's pretty useful, pretty cool. Alright. That's good. And that's Act 1 down. Alright, so next is Act 2, after all these loading zones. So I know a lot of people who are gonna watch, who watch Banjo 2 run, do Banjo 2 runs, or even like are gonna watch Banjo 2 runs, which is on Monday. So might notice that there's like a lot of complaints about that game. Is there are a lot of loading times, but I mean the thing is, this game has some pretty bad loading times as well. I don't know if they're bad as 2E, but I guess their 2Es is just more, or these games is just more spread out, but there's like 20-second loading times. It's pretty ridiculous. Anyways, enough rambling about dumb loading times. So this mission here, there's only one act, and it's extremely fast, but like, you may be wondering why we go in here if it's only one act. This mission is just extremely fast. It's like a 10-second mission, so the time it takes to get into this mission, get to this act, and then leave, it's only like a minute or so for this one Jiggy, so it's definitely worth it, and I don't even need to choose a vehicle to pick, so I don't know why I just try to do that. But basically, all I have to do is drive up to this trash can. So this is, basically, we're trying to play Trash Man. And we're gonna just drag the shit into the trash can, and then that's the mission. Oh my god. Dude, I can't grab the big trash. You wouldn't download a video game, would you? You wouldn't download a stream marathon, would you? Come on, man. Of course it would be a bad idea. So yeah, like, one annoying thing about the mission, as you saw, was just like trying to grab stuff sometimes. Like it like with the when grabbing stuff with the wrench, it just likes to choose what it wants to instead of what you need it to, and it's really annoying. So now we're driving up here. We're gonna do Acts 3 and 4. We're gonna do Act 3 first. There's that crate there that we are gonna get later, but we don't want to get it right now. Whoops. Because if I were to grab it right now, I wouldn't be able to just drop down like that. It would take a long time to get to that end. Well, I'm gonna have to do that anyways, but I don't know. Whatever. It's better to do it that way. And while you could do 4 first, the thing is, by doing 4 first, we get a attachment as a spring, and that makes the laser fence grabs really obnoxious, so it's better to do it second. Anyways, so this mission is just boats. We just drive boats. We're just playing a wave race right now. This is called Slow Boats. The thing about this mission is that I used to have a very fast vehicle for this mission, but there's it's the same reason for Banjo Land, the one we did in Banjo Land Act 1. As you see there, like, you could theoretically get this mission in a minute, but it's so easy to just crash and just, like, spin out and, like, just not hit the rings. It's annoying. I just, like, right there I crashed into a bird, and for some reason the bird made me spin out, because why not? But yet that bird is not gonna make me spin out. It's funny because, like, even between different, like, you'll notice this more in a later mission, but there's certain, like, obstacles in the way that will just randomly spin you out, but the same obstacles placed in a different spot won't make you spin out. Why? I don't know. It's just the way the game is programmed. So you'll notice in a later mission, actually, there'll be a bunch of boxes flying around, or, like, in the water, like, that are blocking you. But some boxes, if you crash into them, you're fine. They'll just spin out, they'll fly out of the way, and you won't have to worry about them. But if you, there's certain other boxes, for some reason, you'll just spin, go crash and go the complete opposite direction, because why not? Anyway, so now we're done with that mission. We're gonna do this mission. Now, here, Mr. Fit is just crying his eyes out, because he's really scared, because he's scared the boogeyman's gonna eat him. So we have to turn on the security guard so we can make sure that if he dies, we'll have somebody protecting him. That's probably not the reason why we're doing this. It's similar, but there's a bunch of security cameras that hidden around the area. Now we used to go left first because of the one that's right nearby, but turns out that one's a pain. Like that one's such a pain in the ass to get because there's like suck and blow stuff that'll it hits that Okay, I guess we're going this weird way. That was a good back way. So like if the thing is you don't want anything to like crash and into these security cameras because otherwise the security cameras won't be counted as on, and I don't know why the car decided to drive all the way back there, but we'll just work with it, it's fine. So we hit those two, and then we're gonna go over here to Rusty Bucket Bay. Krusty fucks a gay. And we're gonna just hit this switch, and then we're good to go. Now we'll see us hit this particular switch much later in the game for a completely different reason that somehow works. So you just need to stay tuned to find out why. Because I'm not spoiling it for you, because fuck you. So that's, oh wait, no, we still have one more Earth thing to do in Banjo Land. At least for now. We will be coming back to this level soon, but not towards the end, till the end of the game. We're gonna do one more laser fence grab. I think this is the last time we do a laser fence grab in the route. Pretty sure it is, unless I'm forgetting something, which I don't think I am. We're just gonna run over. We're gonna laugh at the ginger trapped in the house, because we don't need to save his stupid ass. And then we're gonna answer another boss act. Now this is the last boss act we're doing until the final boss. This one is also probably, well, it's one of the shortest, and this mission, it's extremely easy if you have the right vehicle, but creating this vehicle was such a pain in the ass because it's very particular on how it wants to work. If you want to get this vehicle and try it yourself, it is on the leaderboards right now. I think I have it under my name. But basically, we have a laser, which we got because of like hovering and like laser fence grab and such, so we're just gonna hold X to win. It's basically just like Heavy Rain, the video game. Or Rise, if you guys know that, quick time events. It's basically just a quick time event. She tries to bounce around, but if you have the vehicle set in a very particular way, you can just use the laser to break her instantly. She just bounces up once, bounces back down to the laser, and you're done. Pretty hot. Shut up. Alright, so now we have Spring. We're gonna use so basically the missions, you do actually have a lot of these parts that you're being given throughout the boss acts, but the way the missions work in the hello? There we go. So the way the missions, like the way the things work in the overworld is in the overworld you don't get access to custom vehicles. You only have this shitty ass trolley that you're stuck with the entire game. We could grab those now, but it's probably not a good idea, so we're gonna just wait till later. But later in the game, but with the custom, so when you start out with the trolley, you have basically nothing attached to it, and by beating boss missions, it gives you the parts, and also gives you the parts to a way to use those specific parts in the overworld. So while we've had Spring for the entire game, as you noticed, because I got a bunch of crates, that just because we haven't used them in the actual missions and in the acts themselves doesn't mean we can use them in the overworld, unfortunately. But now we can. So what we're gonna do here is probably my favorite laser fence hover, my favorite hover in the game. Most of the hovers we've done so far are with boxes and coxes of boxes, but this time we are going to be doing it with this fence over here. Now watch in amazement. We're gonna do something unseen, unheard by mankind. We're gonna take this entire fence here. We're gonna grab it. We're gonna shove it up your butt. We're gonna shove it onto this tray, and we're gonna try to hover. Now, hopefully this works, because I was having issues last time. Sometimes the position is very annoying. Like right now, I gotta reposition. Now, one thing I have to worry about is there is going to be a policeman that are probably going to come by soon. And if they crash into the fence while I'm trying to hover, it's going to be very annoying. I just need to make sure that we're all good. Okay, we should be fine for now. I might have to let go for a second. No, we're good. Now, ooh, that was good. Okay. Ignore the fact that I just, like, slid upwards. So, the reason we were going up here is we need to drop this globe into the plinth. We have to watch this cutscene. There's no other way, as far as we know, to get this globe into the plinth. So this is the only way. If we didn't use the fence to hover up there, we'd have to drive all the way up that hill. There are boxes that are on the side, like right near the plinth. Like you see the boxes right there we could use to hover up there, but it's slower to drive all the way up there. Or at least I think it is, and I hope it is. But anyways, now that we're done, we're gonna use Y-Warp to get back to mainland and then go into the Gigaseum Act 1. For you bros here, you can take your hot Xboxes and watch TV with them. You get to watch TV, watch us do some hot gymnastics and such. Just like the ancient Greek Romans did, probably. Alright, so for this first act, we are going to... I think this first act is... I completely forget. Oh my god, no, I remember. Okay, so we're just going to push a bunch of blocks off of the target. That's all we have to do. And we're going to use the Pen 25 sucker over here. Not to be associated with the Pen 15 sucker, because that's extremely immature, and we are very mature audience over here at Twitch.tv/GGen Dash. Because we don't want to make a bad reputation, have a bad reputation, or we don't want to put speedrunning in a bad light. We need to have a very professional outlook on our speedrunning of 10-year-old video games. Can't think we're just a bunch of children playing video games over and over. Come on, this is serious business. Anyway, so next on the list is Mr. Clit over here. And we are just basically, I think it's kind of like jousting, sort of. We're basically just going to drive through a circle, and then he's going to cut our engines, and we're going to see how far we can go. To get the trophy, we need 500, so we're not going to try too hard. We're not going to become too hard of a try hard. We're just going to try to go for 500, and by driving in a specific way like that, we should be able to get 500 every time. Hey, we got too much. Well, whatever, we overachieved a little. Not a big deal. That feel when people are using slowpoke emotes to say hi instead of the best emote? Hey, hey. That is the wave of the future. The one true way to say hello to everyone is with your hot hey emotes. There we go, see? So we're gonna go to Act 3. Now we should go in Act 2 because it's in order, but fuck the order. We're gonna be rebels. Hamtaro. Oh yeah, Hamtaro's next. I used to love that show, dude. I need to rewatch it someday, maybe. I don't know if I ever watched the entire series, but whatever. Anyways, so now we're in Act 3, and we're gonna do some hot ancient Greek Roman racing right here with our good friend, whatever the fuck this guy's name is, Trophy Thomas. Thomas the Tiger. So, the thing about the racing missions in Gigaseem Act 3 and 2, is that because of where we are in the game, and how, like, basically the way we have these pre-made vehicles set up is that they'll attach, this vehicle will have more, go faster and have more parts added the more we collect. And we collect missions, basically we collect more parts for every, like, 10 jiggies or so. But because of when we do this mission, we have just enough. Like, if we were to do this mission later, we would have more, we would basically have enough fuel so that we wouldn't have to worry about fuel for the rest of this entire mission. But because we don't have the extra fuel attachment, if we make one mistake like that, there's a chance I'm probably gonna lose fuel right towards the end, so you're gonna see me stop for a little bit. But But the reason I'm just gonna keep going anyways is because it actually is the same amount of time to like slow down and make sure like play it safe and have enough. Like if I were to just play it safe and try to slow down so I wouldn't lose all the fuel, it would take just as much time as it would for me to just stop for a little while I regain fuel. I might be more thinking of the one in Act 2. That one's more tight than this one. It'd be like more. It's you know, it takes more time to. It takes just as much time to like play it safe as it would to just like take the loss. We went our way to collect that note right there, because what we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to kick this ball a certain distance using our good old kicker over here. And if that note would always get in the way if I didn't collect it, and if it did, it basically wouldn't be able to hit the 250 mark or 500 mark to get the Jiggy or the trophy, which would be annoying. This is also one of the few RNG parts of the run. We really don't. I can't really think of a way we can control it. Basically, it gets to 500 every time, but when it stops, it's RNG, because like it just spins wherever the fuck it wants, and I don't really know how to control it, so we just have to deal and hope it does what we want in the right amount of time. Alright, so here we're gonna go bring some balls and put them on the trophy stand over right behind Blubber over here, and we're gonna use the ball cyclemobile. Now this vehicle here is pretty fucking terrible and obnoxious, but it is the best vehicle for the job, at least as far as we know. Because, you know, it drives up, it drives down, and it also drops things pretty well. This vehicle is actually, like, this mission can take like 40 seconds plus easily, but it is on the leaderboards right now, this vehicle, if you wanted to use it. It's like 30, I think Psycho got 36 seconds with this mission once, so... Of course, I'm gonna, like I was saying that, I'm probably gonna blow through that time. It was a pretty high time. I wasn't paying attention. Whatever. One annoying thing about this mission is, like, why I usually don't try to, like, junk it in there, is because even if you put it on the plinth, you have to have it sitting there for a certain amount of time for it to register you left it on there, and it has to stay on there. So, like, there's a very good chance if it, like, if it like got off a little bit quicker. I'm gonna grab this crate right now because there's grenades and I need them for later. Like, that's a small time loss, but it helps for like it helps for later missions with the grenade guns. But yeah, like if it decided to bounce off of the trophy stand a little faster, I would have had to go out of my way to get it, and it would have been really annoying. So yeah, the reason I grabbed that crate though is it has grenades, and even though it does take like 10 seconds or so to cash in that crate, the payoff is really well, because like it makes, so there's a couple of missions later on that, while it's not guaranteed to make the missions faster, it definitely makes it like a lot more consistent, and you'll see in just a moment. Alright, so now we're gonna play Domino's, because that's our favorite pizza brand. No, it isn't actually. In all seriousness, do not. Look, man, if you want my hot tip on pizza, sorry to get off topic here, but if you want my hot tip on pizza, get pizza from a restaurant that has an Italian name. I guarantee you, that's where you're gonna get the real pizza at. That's the best type of pizza. Like, I'm not even trying to be racist. That's just the truth. The whole truth, nothing but the truth. Like, where I'm from a town that's known for having the best pizza in the country. Like, I'm born straight in New Haven, so I know my fucking pizza, alright? So take it from me. Anyways. Now we're gonna do one more racing mission. You don't want to thought good Thailand pizza. Okay, fine, eat cardboard. I can just give you cardboard. Baka. You are shitty American pizza. Hot and ready. Man, fucking Domino's takes forever. It's not like they're super fast anyways. Like, Jesus. these scrubs wanting quantity over quality. Next thing you know, you're gonna want to play your games fast rather than play to take your time. And you just want to glitch through them all. It's unbelievable. You please believe these people? You believe that people just try, instead of just trying to play a game normally, and just play it fair, intended, you know, the way that God inside Nintendo intended, they just try to cheat and glitch their way through it, just try to go through it fast, not even taking the time to enjoy the game. It's pretty disgusting, if you ask me. I fucking hate speedrunners. Don't you guys just hate speedrunners? They're the fucking worst. So anyways, now that we did that shitty racing mission, I did not want to return to the title screen because that would have been obnoxious. We're going to collect Jiggies, and then we're going to head to Nutty Acres again. Alright, anyways, so we're going to crash into this fence here. It doesn't like to work right now, but sometimes, if you crash in the right way, it'll just open automatically for you, because it's magic. I'm going to get caught in the door anyway, so it made everything new. Grab this box out just to make sure that the Jiggies actually stay in the crate, because sometimes when the box... Okay. Sometimes when the box is in the tray, when you try to put the Jiggies in, the Jiggies will just fly everywhere, kind of like how it did there, but that was because I put it in a really bad position. Alright, so I think I have to go back, because I don't think that was all the boxes. Fuck you. See, it does never wants to grab the one that's right here. Look at this! Ugh! Okay, so we have all the Jiggies, apparently, so we're fine, but that was really obnoxious. And we got the fuzz on our ass, too, so we gotta worry about that. Luckily, they're blind as shit. Never mind! No! Wait, I can't tell. Did I... I fucking have to go back. So, something I never learned until, like, a few months ago, or, like, half a year ago, is that you can actually do first-person mode. Where you're in the cart, but it, like, makes you... It just, like, drop... Like, as you saw there, I did it accidentally, but, like... I forgot how to do it. Honestly. But, like, if you... I think it's, like... If you hold down the third stick, you can just, like, go into first-person mode. It's pretty hot. It's pretty annoying. It has no use in speedrun, I don't think, because it's really obnoxious, but it's funny nonetheless. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna grab these, and we're gonna cast this crate in, and then we're gonna go straight to Act 5. Nutty Acres Act 5. And which houses one of the most annoying missions in the entire game. Not the worst mission, but it's pretty high up there. I think it's like second or third, easily. This is the mission that took, like, when I was first playing, getting the trophy on this took forever. Like, you think, like, I know a lot of people consider Patch really hard in Tooie, and don't get me wrong, I agree. It's one of the hardest bosses to play casually in Tooie, but this is just a whole nother level of pain in the ass, and you'll see why in just a minute. So, basically, the goal is, just like in Tooie, shoot all the patches. Now, the difference is, you have to make your own vehicle. Unlike in Tooie, where you know what you're doing, you're given a vehicle that works, or you're given yourself, which works perfectly fine. You have to use some shitty-ass vehicle, and hope it works. And this mission, if you don't have the right vehicle, it's just a nightmare. Even with the right parts, it's still a pain in the ass. So basically, I have to shoot all these patches, and, like, as you can see, like, they're all over the body. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, it's a pain in the ass to figure out where to go. But I try to hit the nose ones first, which are extremely hard to hit. And then we're going to try to blow up all the patches on his back. Now, the reason I want to try to go for the ones on the back, we're also going to attach the engines here. Those are pretty genius ideas thought of by Psycho. Now, the reason, though, that I want to hit the ones in the back is because hopefully he's not doing it so much here, which is really obnoxious. I don't know why. But ideally what would happen is he'll have his stomach all the way down, facing the side, and when he does that, it's a lot easier to hit these stupid patches. Of course, that didn't happen, but here I'm just gonna try to use my top of my wings, or not my wings, but like my propellers to try to hit these things. Alright, and then there's one more on the other side. Now, the reason why I got grenade guns earlier, by the way, was because it makes this mission a lot easier. Like, because the eggs just like to not hit the. It makes it a lot easier to hit those patches because like the eggs just like to not hit those patches a lot of times. And originally that's all I would have, unless I got that specific crate at that specific time. So. Alright, so this mission is another shooting mission. We're gonna blow up like 15 of these stupid enemies, or 16 of these stupid enemies using a boat gun. And I have a missile. Missiles, so the missiles, you'd think you'd want to use the missiles for patch 2, but the thing about these missiles in this game is they just don't like to register hits half the time. It's really obnoxious, and it doesn't make any sense, but yeah, we have to work with the missiles, because they are faster, and they just hope that they actually hit what we want them to. Which, like I said, half the time it doesn't want to. So, anyways, so now that we want to get like 8 or 9 out of that specific area, and then we come out here, try to blow up as many as we can. Alright, what are they? There's something I wanted to say, and I completely forget it. Oh well. There was something I wanted to say, though. Oh well. Sucks for me, I guess. But, I mean, we will see Mr. Patch again soon, but for now, we'll just worry about this. So this mission right here, fuck, I just brain farted. So this mission right here, what we want to do is we want to grab this egg and put it in our tray, and we want to heat up this egg. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to grab this egg, and then we're going to drive all the way to the volcano. And then we're gonna sit in the volcano, burn ourselves alive, trying to heat up this egg, and then come back and drop it off to Klungo. There is actually a much faster way to do this, using the flamethrower, but the thing is, the only 2 flamethrowers we can get in the game, one we won't be able to get until we get 80 jiggies, and then the other one requires you to get a specific code, a code from Blubber. So this is what I was talking about, like, a lot of times, like, the vehicle just likes to fall, like, the egg likes to fall out of the vehicle. So the other way we would do this is get the code from Blower in the overworld, and then get the crate from a specific jiggy stand, or for a specific code combination tower. And the time it takes, like, that takes only, like, 45-50 seconds. It takes more than that time to get that specific card just for to use a mission to burn it alive. And the mission takes like 5 seconds with the flamethrower, so it's not worth getting in 80%. Unfortunately. For this mission, it's just we're gonna try to clog up these holes. There's some like waterworks that are like there's some towers that are just like spraying water, and we're gonna clog them out. Now what you're supposed to do is use the coconuts to clog up these holes, but we can just use the enemies to clog the holes just fine. I can just grab the enemies. Sometimes they just like don't like to cooperate. The thing is about this mission is it just become kind of RNG based, because a lot of the mission like the enemies will just like fuck around and not come near you. And then that can happen too, and that's really annoying because now I gotta run all the way to the vehicle. Now, this I guess is one thing to point out. Outside of missions, you can just like pull the vehicle over and then just drive. But in missions, they don't let you do that because that would just be too unfair of an advantage, I guess. Right there, that enemy blows at you, but if you land right on top of him or right near him in a right way, you can just land on top of him and just like grab him, or like, you know, hit him and then grab him at just no time. So this is another mission. This mission is kind of like the one back in Nutty Acres 2, where you bring the sucker to the nuts. But this time we are able to choose our own vehicle, so we don't use that piece of shit like we were earlier. 100% must be such a good category. No. Well, it's decent-ish, but it has a lot of issues. Like, you have to grab a lot of pointless shit. Like, it's really long to do 100%. Like, you gotta do Jinjo missions, which are really long. Like, I lied. They're not very long, but there's a lot of them, so that adds up a lot of time on its own. And you have to credit every crate. and then you have to collect every set of notes. Now, you see, like, there's a lot of notes flying around. Like, there's 2,000, I think, 3,000 notes in the entire game. And, like, a lot of them just are, like, scattered around, and then, like, some of them times, they just, you have to, like, touch them yourselves because the vehicle won't touch them. It's really dumb. So there, as long as I get 4,700 points, I beat the mission. But I am planning on the future. I'm going to Route 1. Oh, another reason it's 100% sucks is because you gotta get little trophies. Now, there's one mission in particular. It's if you try to get the trophy for, luckily we're never gonna see it in this run. I brain farted. So we're gonna get, actually, speaking of trophies, we're gonna be collecting some trophy jiggies now. So we want to open up Act 6. But anyways, so there's one mission in particular that is extremely painful to do, try to get a trophy for, because it's like an auto-scroller. It's basically, yeah, Captain Cole can vouch for it, because he's the only one who's actually done a full 100% run. We're gonna bounce up here, and if we can land right near Act 6 during the cutscene, it's really cool. So, yeah. So, that mission, it's basically Saucer Peril from 2, but 1,000 times harder to get the trophy for. So, you have to get all the trophies, and so, that's one thing that makes it really suck. Now, I am planning very soon, during the week of GDQ, I'm planning on routing a category called 131 Jiggy, which is basically all the Jiggies in the game. That mission, that will just basically be all the Jiggies, so you don't have to collect all the pointless shit, like notes and shit. And you don't have to collect all the parts, and you don't have to do that one. Now, the other thing that makes it good is, to get 131 Jiggies, you don't actually need all the trophies. You can skip one. So, what I'm gonna be doing is instead of skipping, like here, okay, so, like I was mentioning, you can skip one, I can skip one trophy in this route, and I'm gonna be skipping this trophy, actually. It's a good segue, because basically to get a trophy in this mission, it takes longer, a lot longer than it's worth. Like, it would take like an extra 30 seconds or so to get the trophy in this mission, so we end up just going for the Jiggy. As long as I can crash into this pipe, it's good. We're done. We'd have to, like, drive for like another half a minute or so to get the trophy. So we skipped the trophy in that, and that's the only time we skipped the trophy. Now, I was mentioning before that, like, in 131 Jiggy, you wouldn't have to skip a trophy. Or you could skip a trophy, because you only need, there's 97 trophies, I think, and you get 4 trophies for each Jiggy. Or you get a Jiggy for each 4 trophies, so there's just gonna be one lane. One trophy's gonna be left over. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip that the trophy for that mission that I was mentioning earlier, because it's such a painful to try to get a trophy for. So that'll make it a lot better than doing stupid 100%. I'm excited to route that out. Like I said, I'm gonna be routing that out on the week of GDQ. Okay, so anyways, sorry for rambling a bunch. I mean, I've been doing that this whole mission, but this mission here is stupid, because you can see it's a Log's Choice mission, and I have to drive this garbage ass truck. With all these nuts, and I have to bring them in Momo so we can inspect them, and then I have to bring them over to the dock so I can ship them. Now, as you can see, everything's trying to crash into me, and I'm only connected by a tow bar. The other annoying thing for this mission is I can get stuck at any time, and then I'll be screwed. And I have to do this in a minute. So if I get stuck anytime, like I get even stuck in this fence right here. If I get stuck, I basically have to restart the entire mission, and it sucks. But we managed to do it just fine. That's a lot harder than I made it look, believe it or not. Well, I didn't make it look hard. I did make it look hard, I'll admit. You saw me pausing earlier as I was trying to change vehicles or call my vehicle over. The reason is I want to have 430 Jiggy notes by the time I exit this level to buy a bunch of shit. And a lot of times I seem to go a lot over than I really should, but that's not a bad thing. But anyway, so this is the faster boating mission. And when I was mentioning earlier where any crates or anything you crash into, half the crates in this mission will just, if you crash into them, you spin out. I crashed into a guy, or one of the racers, so that also made me spin out. But yeah, I'm gonna try to not crash. This is actually one of the fastest missions. This is like one of the missions where you go to top speed. This is probably the fastest you'll go in the game in terms of top speed, at least for missions. A lot of times you have to slow down in order to crash into things, but after a certain point, you can just speed it, hit the floor it, or in this mission, or not this mission, in this run category. So it's basically like kind of like F-Zero, I guess. So yay, we did it with 36 seconds. And that's Act 6, and we are done with Nutty Acres. Alright. How's everyone doing tonight? It's fine Friday night. Alright, so we're first gonna buy shit. We're gonna buy a large tray, 2 air cushions. Large tray we're gonna use the next act. The air cushions we're gonna use right towards the end. We're gonna buy these Clockwork Kazooie Kazes. They're basically do homing missiles. And we're gonna buy another torpedo. Now, all those weapons we bought, we're gonna be using for the final battle, which you'll see when we get there. But they definitely make the final battle a lot easier. So it's pretty crucial that we get all those notes. Now we drift passing this Jiggies and we're gonna warp to theater. Now if I press land on the warp pad fast enough, it is actually possible to warp as that cutscene's playing, I think. But I've only been able to do it once, so it's something that you know, it's probably not gonna happen much, if at all. Alright, so coming up here. Okay, we're fine. I almost fell down. Talk to this pig guy. I think his name's Picklet. He's basically the cop. And we basically have to take him around, and he's going to take a picture of a bunch of the security cameras that are lying around this place. But what we're going to do first is we're going to take apart this stupid vehicle because it sucks and make it better. And we're going to wait until he gets back in the car, and because we took off that bottom part, it makes everything much faster. Or it makes the mission a lot easier to do. We're going to drive his little pod over to the 5 cameras. We just want to drive near them so we can take a picture of them. I want to try not to crash into them, at least until he takes the pictures. Like, once the pictures are taken, it's fine. You can just crash into it at your leisure. You don't have to worry about the stupid cameras being up there. But for now, or while we're taking the pictures, we do want them shown, or at least look functional. They don't need to know that they're broken once the picture is taken. Like, as long as they think the pictures are taken, we're fine. That one is kind of risky because if I crash, like, I do want to drive fast up to that last one. But if I drive too fast before he takes the pictures, he'll crash. Like, it'll crash and then he'll drop out of the vehicle, and then you'll have to go drop down and grab him in order to hit the vehicle again, or to hit the take the picture again. Alright, so here we're just gonna suck up a bunch of glitches because they're infecting the place. Oh fuck. Sometimes I'm just brain farting. I forget where the fuck vacuum is. I want vacuum too. There you are. Thank you. Took long enough. This thing has a torpedo attack. It's because there is one enemy that you're gonna see right here. If you use a torpedo, that usually instantly blows them up pretty fast. And from there, we're just gonna suck up these. I usually should probably be keeping count of how many I suck up, but I usually just go overboard for safety. I only need to suck up 10 though. Yeah, that probably would be a smart idea, wouldn't it? Actually making sure I collect only 10 for optimization's sake. Oh well. That requires far too much effort than I'm willing to put. Gotta be all mathematical and shit. This isn't fucking Adventure Time, dude. Now I just wait until all of them die. Wonder... blow up. I kind of forgot I have these. Probably not a good idea because it like breaks the vehicle. That's pretty bad, but fuck it. Fuck it. Alright, so now I was gonna try, like, if you go through that little hole, that probably does save time, but as you probably can tell, it's extremely hard, so it's not really worth doing, but I wanted to do it anyways because it's a marathon. So fuck you if you have a problem with that. Alright, so this is NASCAR as well. We're gonna bring week room 2 into the table for the same reasons we used these weekends for vehicles before. Yeah, so this is like very tight circle here, and if I try to use a real fast vehicle, I'd have to slow down a lot in order to not crash anything. It'd be a lot harder than it's worth, and it also wouldn't be faster. Like, I basically would be slowing down the whole time, so I'd probably be much slower. I don't know, it's just stupid. It's not worth using the faster vehicles when these vehicles work fine. Because, like, the thing about the faster vehicles is they have a lot wider turns as well. So as you can see, I'm just turning right, not even slowing down for the most part. I probably will slow down a little there, because there are some turns that I do need to slow down for, but other than that, it's not too bad. Just drive right, play NASCAR, lap some people. Now, I actually should, I've never really counted how many laps there are, but I think it's like 10 or 20. But it's enough to last a minute-ish. Ow. There we go. Now you may wonder, why am I crashing the jumping and springing out of the vehicle right at the end and then crashing it somewhere? Because it's fun. That's why. There's really no reason to do that. It's just funny looking. Alright, so this mission here, we're going to take this pill and then put it into the machine that you see right in front of you. Now, unfortunately, we can't just push it through. Although, theoretically we could, but we can't for this. We're not able to. We're not going to do that now. I'll explain why in just a second. But we're basically going to have to go all the way to the top and then drop all the way to the bottom. Now, I was mentioning earlier that you theoretically could, it is possible to actually just push it through the wall. But it's one of those things that I've tried looking to. Psycho, the other main runner, if you know Psycho, he's the guy who does the glitch fests. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know him for this game more than they know me, even though he hasn't ran the game seriously in years. But we've both tested it, and we've even asked people, because if you look on the boards, they have a way using a crazy vehicle to just push the pill through the wall. But it's basically inconsistent as hell, and it's not worth trying to go for in runs. Like, it's one of those things that you just basically have to keep doing over and over until eventually you hopefully get it. Unless somebody finds a consistent way to do it, we're stuck driving all around the vehicle, or driving all around the building, just to get it into the little thing. So if anyone can find a consistent way to do that, they'll be my hero forever. But for now, we're just gonna go all around, up and down and all around. Did you know that Speed Highway, that, you know, in Sonic Generations and in Sonic Adventure, that was made after that mission? It was sung because of that mission. Anyway, so this mission, we're gonna get some help from a good friend, Nicolas Cage. So what Nicolas Cage is gonna do is, see that there's like those things highlighted, those balls? So what we're gonna do is actually break these balls, and they're gonna have like a specific, the globes inside them. And these globes, we're gonna put in a certain order, and then we're gonna land on top of a little electro bolt thingy. Yes, dog faces you too. The annoying thing is sometimes these globes do not want to go into the cage, or into Nicolas Cage's mouth. And we're gonna drive back. Finally, we got these in. And oh, see, the annoying thing is like the stupid fucking circle. This is why Logbox sucks, because the fucking discs. They just do not want to cooperate with you. Alright, so we're finally out of there. And the order is controller, dice, and cards. We're gonna attach them all together and then put onto... Oh my god! Put onto this stupid thing, electro bolt thing. And see, it's showing us the order. Now, as soon as it positions itself right, its mission's over. Hooray, we did it. Yay! Alright, mission's over. Out of Logbox 6, and that's done with Logbox 6. Thank God. So next level is the second to last level. I mean, well, no, we got 3 acts left in this, and then we're done. But this is the last level we actually have to open up, besides Spiral Mountain. But Spiral Mountain, you don't have to put on Plymouth and anything. But the way we're gonna do this. Okay, so normally what I try to do to get the Plymouth get to the so basically we're gonna have to bring the globe all the way to Uptown. Optimally, so normally what I do is I grab the Plymouth, I drive down the whole hill, and then I warp to Uptown. But optimally, we can actually just hover over there. And since this is a shitty marathon and it's a bad run anyways, we're just gonna go for the YOLO strats anyways. Because why the fuck not? There's no consequences whatsoever if I mess this up. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. None whatsoever. Except I have to drive all the way around and get the wall. Yay. There's no consequences whatsoever. No! Get over here! I actually have done this during a marathon once. It was pretty fucking hot. And what happened? So this is what I get. Oh, damn. I'm kind of worried that something might have happened to the stream itself. That didn't happen, did it? I tried to save the 10 minutes I lost. Excuse me. To be fair, if I got that glitch right, you know, it would have saved a lot of time. It would have saved 7 whole seconds, guys. Okay, good. Just making sure that my stream is fine, like my own legs. See, if I actually got that right, it would have saved 7 seconds. So that would have fucking been world record pace right there, clearly. Even though it was 10 minutes, I lost 10 minutes right at the beginning. We don't talk about that. That was just a warm-up. That was just fake news, drummed up by the media. Alright, so we drive crawl into the Plymouth. And then we're gonna go into 98 acres. We're gonna go into Terrarium Terror Act 1. So this actually has really good music. Now, this first mission here, when I first started running the game, and actually up until like last year, this was one of the worst major run killers. Because basically what we need to do is we need to get we have this vehicle we're getting right here. It's supposed to be solar powered, but it's extremely shitty. So what we would do is we would detach the seat. We're going to do something similar, but we would detach the seat, attach the spring to the seat, which we're going to do here, and then we would drop it in a certain way, and then spring all the way to the end. It was extremely risky, and it would never get it first try. It would usually take like 3 or 4 tries. But what I've learned recently is that instead of having to do all that shit, it'd be much more worth it if I just change where I position myself. So we're gonna go right around here. And you see this line right here. We're gonna drop our thing onto this line. I might want to move up a little closer. Jump in, spring, and we are good to go. Now that is a lot more worth it than the other method. That is about as worth it as getting it first try with the other, or it would be like getting second try or third try with the other method. So it's definitely worth doing that over the old method. And thank God it is, because that used to make me cry. That was the worst part of the run, bar none. So here we have a seed we're gonna bring to some water, or just a certain spot over on the other side of the terrarium. Now all we have to do is we just grab it with the sticky balls. Now you may notice if you look at the heart does gradually decrease because we are making it take damage. But we have enough energy. It's fast enough. It's getting there is fast enough where it doesn't make a difference. Like you're supposed to like actually put it in water to re-heal it, but we don't really need to. Hey Scoob, you got his little Scooby snacks. Sorry, that was my very bad impression of Shaggy. This Bayou Shaggy'd me. Alright, so then we go into Act 2. Everyone's so mad at my terrible impression, I'm sorry. Alright, so now that we're in Act 2, we're gonna drive up into this whole hole here. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. Get up. Sometimes it just does not like to go in the hole. We're gonna talk to Klungo. And we're gonna just blow some balls into the water. No. Now this is annoying because there's 8 balls in this little middle area that we're about to drop down into. And then we gotta get... No, there's 7 in here, I think. And you gotta blow them at a certain speed or else they'll just get stuck in places. Like, one of them might... Like, see how that one got stuck into the water? And then we're gonna blow those 2 and hope they actually go into the water. Sometimes they just don't like to. And if ideally, I can just drop this ball into the water and then the mission's over. Which, it actually worked out really well. Because a lot of times, it hasn't worked out as well. Like, especially during practice. It's not worked out. Well, that was probably the best I've been able to do since I've come back to practicing this game for this stupid marathon. Anyways, so now we're done there. We're gonna come over here and we're gonna take out the trash with our good friend Womba. Go for street nuts. Alright, so what we have to do is there's gonna be a trash heap and we just need to blow it in. Now this mission took forever to get a good vehicle before, but all we have to do is hold A, press X, and then we're good. And the reason why we have the guns there is because those 2 suckers, those two guys that were standing near to the trash heap, if you don't get rid of them immediately, there's a good chance that they'll just blow the trash away, and you might as well just restart the mission at that point. So that's why I have the guns there. So I can just easily blow them away. And we got one more last mission. Now this mission is pretty much the same as that one mission in the first act of Lockbox, where we just bring some sort of stupid object. This time some alien fungus thing. We bring it up really high and then we're done. I think the reason we bring this thing up is because if at very high altitudes it explodes. Why it makes it explode, I don't know. Maybe it just can't handle the heat or whatever. I don't know, dude. Come on, go. Oh my god. So there's a lot of junk flying around there too, so that makes it a little bit hard, but we did it. And that is Terrarium of Terror. Whoopee, wahey, wahi, I'm sorry. Wahi. Ugh. Alright, so we're gonna grab these jiggies, get the fuck out of the way. Oh, you're a hot piece of meat, you know that. Like, Alright, so, yeah. We bring these jiggies back to the middle, and then we're gonna go spend one last trip in Banjo 6. Which is, actually, I would consider it, next to the beginning, it's probably one of the hardest parts of this game. And you'll see why in a moment. Yeah. Move. Now it is actually possible. I don't know how to do it, so I never go for it. But it is possible to like get to Act 6 of Logbot or Banjoland a little bit easier by bouncing off of a tree that's over near the water, but I don't know how to do it. I'm not gonna bother going for it. I shouldn't be going for risky stuff. It's not a good thing to do for marathons, even though I just did that like 10 minutes ago, but we're not gonna talk about that either. So shut up. I'm gonna fap here. So, okay. So this mission, first mission here, has gone under a major change. You see, we're gonna talk to Boggy, and he's gonna want us to break his igloo apart. So what we used to do is have this giant-ass wall that would blow up everything, make sure everything was gone, but thanks to a YouTuber named Grim Grindle, we found out that for some reason, just remember this switch? I told you guys to remember this switch over here from Act 1, from Act 3. If we hit that switch, for some reason the mission just ends. Why? I don't know. It makes no sense, but it just happens, so we just kind of go, like, it just works. It saves like 5-10 seconds or so, and it looks pretty hot. It's pretty funny. Unfortunately, it means no custom wall, but whatever. No more Disney advertisement, but whatever. Anyways, so right here, this is one of the, we're gonna have packages back with a vengeance. This one I wouldn't consider as hard as the other mission, but it is still pretty hot bullshit. You'll see why. So he's invincible, so he doesn't even have any patches to break, but he still can be broken by dragging him over to this, the Cactus of Strength over here. Now, if I position myself in the right way, he will get hit by the cactuses, and usually what he's trying to do is they're trying to push him back to where he was. So you have to grab him again and then push him back in, but if I could just get him in the right position, and a lot of times this is what makes this mission really annoying, because you see he's like acting like he's taking damage, but he's not, actually, the counter isn't going up. That took a little bit longer than it should, but you can beat that in 20 seconds if you do it right, but it's just a pain in the ass mission. But it can go a lot more wrong than you ever wanted to. You can easily take like 40 seconds to a minute if you're not careful. So anyways, this is another really annoying mission. Get over here. So we're gonna play golf. We're gonna try to put a sheep in the toilet. This is why we got the air cushions earlier, because what you're supposed to do is you're trying to push this sheep into the toilet. In under like 5 strokes. Ideally with 3 for a trophy, but by using the air cushions, you can actually push this sheep without it acting like it had any strokes hit. So we use that to our advantage to just push it into the toilet bowl over there. I don't know why he's doing this. That's a new one. Alright. This game loves to bring new shit at you any day. Have you ever gone for IL World Records? Sometimes I've gone for like leaderboard stuff. Like, I mean, I've taken some things sort of seriously, but okay, that's bad, because then it's a spot where it can easily take a 3rd stroke, and if it takes his 3rd stroke, then that's basically GG. But I just gotta weave it carefully. There we go. Yeah, that's annoying sometimes. You don't want that to happen. Because if it's 3 strokes, I just need to restart the mission. But yeah, I think I do have some tops times on the leaderboards. I don't remember which. But I don't know if I ever have. I might have something that's like 1st place, but yeah. So this last mission is just one last inspiration for Superman 64. One last homage for Superman 64. This is another racing mission. Thing about this mission, this is one of those missions I actually did try to go for a top spot on. It's really hard, but you can actually beat this mission in under a minute. But that would require you to just keep going the entire time, not slow down. And the thing is, there's a lot of shit flying around, or like around, so like if you crash the wrong way once without slowing down, it can really, like if I didn't slow down there and kept going, like it very easily could have easily crashed. And that's what makes getting sub 1 minute in this mission really hard. So I do try to slow down in order to like be able to take some turns, stuff like that can very easily happen. No, stop it. There we go. Hungry. Who's hungry? I am. Yeah, and then like if you're not careful like I wasn't, I can very easily lose all the gas. It loses another like 10 seconds or so. Or 5 seconds, I mean. Alright, it's the last act before the final stages. The last act before Spiral Mountain is done. Alright, cool. So now we're done there. We're going to go collect the rest of the Jiggies. We have a bunch of Jiggies in the Banjo Land Plinth and in the the Banjo Land Plinth and the Trophy Thomas Plinth. And then we're good to go. The reason why we do this mission last, actually, is because we can just easily collect the rest of the Trophy Thomas Jiggies after this, and then we can go straight to the final area without having to, like, warp again, so that does save a little time. It is sometimes good to play it safe and then come back for these Jiggies, but, I don't really need to, because, like, as you can see, there's no cops around. If it's nighttime, though, ooh, this actually might be create some risk here. Oh, Jesus Christ, shit. This actually could be bad. Luckily, there was no cops around, surprisingly. Surprisingly, there were still no cops around. I'm actually amazed. There is instances where there's a very big risk of, at night, it's a lot. If it like the game, you notice the game cycles from night and day. I don't really know the rhyme or reason for it, but if you're able to do that, Jesus Christ, get in. So if you're able to if this cycles to night when you're like trying to collect those last Jiggies, like when if you at night, one of the things that happens is like a lot more cops will be flying, driving around. So if that were the case, I probably would have tried to make 2 trips there, just because the cops can really fuck you over there, and they're a lot more likely to fuck you over at night than any other time of the day. It's really annoying. Alright, so here's where it all began. Spiral Mountain. Remember this beautiful place? Well, for some reason it's 1,000 times bigger. Because video game logic. Before we fight Grunny, though, one last time, Log is going to test us by doing a series of challenges. Now, there's 6 acts here. Or like 6, I think there's, yeah, 6, because it's 6 of the best. The first one is just King of the Hill. We just sit in this circle for like 12 seconds. The only thing that can really go wrong here is if I accidentally crash into this one guy, but that's why I have that here. If I did mess that up, it would probably have to add like another 10 seconds for me to try to get to the circle, because reasons. But anyways, not a worry. This is like all Banjo games, we do have a quiz show right at the end, but unlike other quiz games, there's really no point for me to answer the questions right. The only thing that answering questions does is reduce the timer. Like, I answered one question too quickly, so I get 5 seconds back. Now, what that would do... Okay, right now we're taking Grunty's eyeball and bringing it to where it belongs, the trash can. So what adding the seconds do is, like, basically it would make it a lot more likely for me to get a trophy. But since I already have all the trophies I need, I don't need to get any more Jiggies. I don't need to worry about that. If I were doing 131 Jiggy or 100%, I probably would want to worry about getting questions right more. Although you could still very easily beat the missions without getting any question, or get the trophy without getting any questions right. But you know, it's pretty safe. But since I don't have to get all the trophies here, I'm not gonna worry about that. So we're just gonna mash through these and wait till the next challenge happens. Yeah, I would say this is a good time for donations if we even got any money, but feel free to donate with your hearts. So anyways, I try to usually shoot we're gonna try to do some target practice here. I usually try to shoot twice before I move on. This is one of the reasons why I like have like the torpedo for this. The reason I want to shoot twice, which is like what I was saying earlier about like the missiles, is the missiles just like to not hit the target. Like they'll hit the target, but they don't register the hit half the time. So like by shooting it twice, there's an almost guaranteed chance that the target will actually blow up if you do that. So that's usually why I try to shoot it twice before I move on to the next one. Alright, so I lied about there not being any more Superman 64 missions. We have one last one. Just so we can relive it, the racing missions one. Just so we can relive the Superman 64 glory days one last time. Man, what a gem SM64 was, right? I mean, it's considered one of the top 110 games of all time, objectively. So we just need to have racing these rings here to pay homage to it, so why not? Yeah, so this mission is actually pretty hard. If you crash, especially if you like land in the water, it does take an annoying amount of time. Because like the thing is, this vehicle is made specifically for this mission, and like for doing different tasks. The only thing it can't do that well is race, as you can see, or drive. So it's very hard to navigate when actually trying to like drive through the rings. It makes it very hard to do. I hear Mike. Hello. I thought I did.
What you doing?
Yo, what's up?
Watching your speed right now.
Hot. Alright, so right here, we're gonna have to bring some honeycombs over to the bog. Now we're gonna, I messed up, whatever. So, I was gonna try to shoot this middle, so there's two guys that are gonna try to crash into me. And by, what the fuck? Oh my god, I did not mean to grab that guy, but whatever. I guess I was trying to grab the honeycombs, but we ended up grabbing the guy. I guess he's gonna come along the trip. So the reason I wanted to blow up those guys before I landed here, because there's a chance that, I mean, they're gonna try to crash into you, and they can try to hit me, and they'll just mess everything up, and I'll just have to like run all the way back to get these honeycombs. Now, what I'm gonna try to do, just for the fun of it, dude, you fucking piece of shit! It did not register that grabbing the last honeycomb. What the fuck, dude? Are you serious right now? Thank you. Because of that one enemy, it didn't register me grabbing that last honeycomb. Are you shitting me right now? Alright. Cool. Oh no, I'm not getting the trophy. Oh, what a travesty. Here we go. Well, what I was trying to show is if you crash into Glog while you're completing this mission, you can push him off the hill, and the camera will get all janky because it tries to track, like, one section of the quiz tries to track him, or like is central on him, and the other is just central on a specific spot for whatever reason, so the camera just shifts wildly. It's pretty great to look at, but I messed up, so oh well. You say don't die. The thing is, okay, so one last mission here is we just blow the cauliflower out of the circle, because why not? Or because they want us to. Whoops, I managed to mess that up, which is like the easiest fucking mission in this act. So, you're saying don't die. The funny thing is, dying does nothing. If I lose all my health, this is what I was trying to say earlier, if I lose all my health outside the missions, all that happens is Kazooie tries to slap me back to life, and then it loses like 5 to 10 seconds. Or like it's a 5-second animation. If I die in the missions, all that happens after redo the mission. Now, obviously, that for speedruns, that's a huge time loss, but other than that, it's like dying does nothing. Barely. Or basically anything. Basically nothing. It's pretty amazing. Anyways, so this is the last mission. All we have to do is blow up Grunny a bunch for the next few acts. There are 2 ways to get Grunny out of her cauldron during these phases. The one way you're going to see us do the most is by just dragging her into the water, because after a certain amount of time, she'll just jump out of the cauldron because she's drowning. The other way we're going to do here is we're going to try to blow her up, vehicle up. Now, this phase, second phase is probably my least favorite phase. You're technically, I think it's faster to actually just, like, okay, so this is what I was talking about torpedoes for. Like, a lot of times it just doesn't like to register the fact that you blew it up. But, a lot of times what will happen is, like, you're supposed to drag her into the water in the second phase, but it's really hard to just get that boat into the water. So I usually try to opt for just dragging it, or blowing it up. And even that has its complications, because the fucking torpedoes are just bullshit. The third one, she was invisible, but if you know where she's going to spawn immediately, it's not too bad. Alright, so this is the same as the third, like, basically the same principle, just drag her into the water, shoot in front of us just to get that guy out of the way, because he does try to mess us up. Now, because this vehicle is so fat, with a pH fat, it is a bit tricky to try to drag it into the water, but not too bad otherwise. So this is This mission right here, this act right here, if I don't blow her up immediately, it can take forever to like get her dead. But as long as you like just wail on her like that, you should be good. And time, that's good. That's the run, hooray. What was my PB? What was my splits? Or what was my time?
My PB.
What is my...
It was like 2:08:01.
Thank God.
I wasn't ready for it.
I can't believe I still made estimate after that beginning. Like, I was embarrassed as fuck.
That beginning was the best.
The beginning was good. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. So yeah, I didn't really practice. I mean, I practiced somewhat, but I wasn't really. I mean, as long as I met estimate, I was good because I haven't really been into any percent lately. I've done a lot of any percent, and like I got a 156 in this game right now, a RTA, and I think 143 in-game time. By the way, we go by in-game time because basically if I didn't do in-game time, the game would become pay to win because loading screens times are extremely different between even the different types of 360 consoles. It's really stupid, and then I bet Xbone would be even faster. But anyways, so yeah, I don't know when I'll be taking any percent seriously again, but I mentioned this earlier, but I will be trying to route out 131 Jiggy in this game, which is all Jiggies, basically. And that should be a really cool category. I'm probably going to be doing that around SGDQ time, or during the SGDQ, and then I'll probably be doing runs afterwards. So if you like this game, I run a lot of other games. I will be running Sonic CD on Monday. So if you like those types of games, you know, be sure to bop that follow button, or follow bot button, because I do a lot of games. Hooray, I do like 7 fucking games. Anyways, what's next? Do you guys want to watch the credits? Is there anything else, or do you want me to just clock out?
What happens on the credits?
They give us Banjo, and they give us a Banjo car, and his Banjo car has eye boobies. I think. Yeah, look right here. Watch.
Oh boy.
Oh, never mind. He just painted it. I think I already missed it. They might have shown it already. I wasn't paying attention, but he did paint our house pink. And he gives us a tux. Like, once you beat the game, you get a hot tuxedo. Like, he looks pretty dashing, doesn't he?
Pretty dashing.
Dashing through the snow, like one horse would sleigh. Oh yeah, here it is. This is the Banjo. You get a Banjo vehicle too, and his eyes are basically boobs. It's pretty sexy. This isn't safe for work. Shit, I should have just dropped the streamer hours ago. Oh no, we're gonna get kicked off of Beam. We're never gonna get beamed again. That would be the ultimate beaming, actually. And then they show Grunty, who's, because she lost, like, basically the story of the game is this idiot, because we were basically fat in the beginning and Grunty was ahead, we were gonna fight, and then this log guy came in and was just like, yo, instead of doing this idiocy, do my idiocy and race a bunch of missions, and whoever wins gets the deed to Spiral Mountain, and the loser has to work in my factory, because that guy's the Lord of Games. So Grunty lost, so she's working on the factory. So, hooray. Alright. Anything else? Get the fuck out of my sight. I love you all. Alright, do I just stop the stream now, or what?
Yeah, you're good.
Alright,